Hi, we're David and Colleen Black. Welcome to your Lake Forest real estate update for fall 2013.
Thanks for looking in today, and we're hoping to give you a little bit of information on the local real estate market and hope that you find it helpful.
You don't have to look far to see signs of fall here in Lake Forest. The explosion of colors taking place is a reminder that we are only a couple of months away now from putting 2013 into the history books. Here's a look at what's for sale in Lake Forest right now. 6 homes are on the market. If you take the asking prices of all 6 and average them together, you come up with $234,417. So far, the average number of days on market is 120. The lowest price home in Lake Forest right now is 1182 Eagle Drive. That's a 3-2 foreclosure listed in September for $149,350. It's now been reduced to $142,900. The most expensive property in the neighborhood is 179 Red Bay Drive, a 4.5 listed back in February at $299,000. It's now sitting at $294,900. And in the middle, we have 2 homes on Sweetbay Drive. They were both listed in August in the 220s. Both have now been reduced to $219,900. There's 412 Red Bay Cove, a 4.5 listed August 11th at $259,900. And 200 Red Bay Lane is a 4.5 Colleen and I listed in May at $284,900. It's now sitting at $269,900. So what's selling in Lake Forest? Here's a look at homes that have sold since August. This is most recent first. 214 Lake Forest Way is a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath Colleen and I listed in August at $279,900. It sold November 4th for $278,000. 305 Sweetleaf Drive is a 5-bedroom, 3-bath listed August 27th at $279,900. It sold September 29th for $267,000. 213 Lake Forest Way is a 4.3 foreclosure listed back in March for $169,900. It sold September 23rd at $165,000. There's 1135 Eagle Drive. That's a 3.2 listed back in May at $152,000. It sold October 7th for $140,000. 210 Sweetbay Drive is a 3.2 listed in late March at $184,900. It sold in late August at $178,000. And finally, 1162 Eagle Drive is a 3.2 listed May 14th at $154,900. It sold in early August for $149,900. We thought you'd like to see what home sales in Lake Forest have been like during the past few years. During all of 2010, 14 homes sold. The following year, 21 properties sold in Lake Forest. But then you can see how the market slid in 2012 with fewer than half as many homes selling. I think it's interesting to look at sales in Lake Forest this year by comparison. Even though we haven't gone through the full calendar year yet, it's obvious that the market has gotten healthier. Year to date in the neighborhood, 19 homes have sold, so it's entirely possible we might close out 13 with as many homes sold during 11, or maybe even more. Out of the 19 homes that have sold so far this year, the lowest price is 226 Sweetbay Drive, which sold May 31st for $130,000. The highest price sale in Lake Forest for the year is 156 Scarlet Oak Drive, which sold June 12th for $300,000. That makes the average sold price in the neighborhood just over $211,000, and average days on market for these homes, 82. Here's a look at homes that are set to sell in the neighborhood. 100 Scenic Lake Drive is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath foreclosure listed at the end of July for $169,900. 207 Red Bay Drive is a bank-owned 4.2.5 listed in late September for $249,900. And finally, 401 Sweetleaf Lane is a 3.2 that Colleen and I listed on October 3rd at $154,900. It got an offer and went under contract 4 days after we put it on the market. Out of the 5 homes in Lake Forest that could be considered new listings recently, 3 of them have already sold or are pending sale. So that really leaves 2, one of them being 1182 Eagle Drive, the 3.2 foreclosure we mentioned earlier at $149,350. And finally, 412 Red Bay Cove is a 4.3.5 listed August 11th at $259,900. As far as foreclosures are concerned, from the records we've reviewed, we see 4 properties in the 35114 zip code set for foreclosure. None of the 4 that we're aware of are in Lake Forest. Meanwhile, 10 properties in the 35007 zip code are set for foreclosure.
As the buyer's market shifts into a seller's market, I see some trends with the different types of phone calls that we get also changing. And we're starting to get calls from prospective purchasers wanting information about homes that are depressed or foreclosures, that type of home, where it's something they can get real low and fix up and flip. So we're starting to see that trend again. Unfortunately, what I've noticed for buyers that want to do that is if they would have thought of that about a year ago, they'd be in a much better situation because the inventory is low. And while we still do have some foreclosures available, they're few and far in between, and the prices are creeping back up. So that's a change that I've noticed. It just kind of seems like the public perception lags a little bit behind where the market really in fact is. So that's another good reason to catch up with a realtor and talk to them about what is going on in real time.
Here's a look at how many homes are for sale in the general vicinity. We can still tell that inventory is down quite a bit in some communities. For example, the 188 properties listed for the Alabaster-Maline area is well below numbers we've seen in the past couple of years. In fact, we've seen numbers nearly double that 188 figure for Alabaster-Maline. So when you compare some of these numbers to the past few years, this is yet more evidence that it is no longer a buyer's market.
And what's not to love about the gorgeous weather we've been having this fall? I just can't stand to stay inside. I want to be out every minute and enjoy it. It's just been so beautiful. But unfortunately, because of the lack of rain, the water level in our lake here in Lake Forest has receded and it's disappearing. I remember a couple of years ago when the same thing happened, and some of the neighbors started posting ideas for a new name for our lake on Facebook, and we came up with some real funny suggestions. We were having a lot of fun with it. One was Lake Punchadrain instead of Pontchartrain. Another suggestion came in as Leaky Lake because the lake is leaking away. But anyway, if you happen to have a clever name of something we could probably refer to the lake as this time of year when it's receding, then that would be kind of fun to put it out there. But anyway, hopefully that when the rains come back, our water level will come back as well. And we'll have our beautiful lake back. But right now, it is really low.
That's our update for this time. We appreciate you watching, and we hope you found the information useful.
And if you're thinking about buying or selling a home, we'd love to give you some information. Feel free to call us anytime at area code 205-356-5412.
See you next time.